John was a little bit out of shape to do all the running.
He wasn't used to it. He's Montecito born and raised, so he usually has someone that pushes him in, maybe a rickshaw or something. But yeah, he wasn't used to all the running, and we put him through it. And he was a good sport. He really was in that lake. That was a real lake of water that he swam through. So yeah. He really jumped off. We had a quarry. Hey, look, when you're doing a lower budget indie, you got to do your own stunts sometimes, and he was game.
Have you ever dealt with a friend of yours that had been in rehab or something like that?
Yeah, I know some people in my life that have struggled with addiction, and I think the film, hopefully it's relatable whether you're dealing with addiction, but just any kind of trauma in your life. All of us have gone through something, every single one of us. So I think the message of the movie is that you have to face that. You kind of have to go through it. You can't go around or try to avoid it. It's going to come out in some other way if you do. So Johnny's character, he's literally has to go through this process to kind of get over his trauma.
And how'd you get Andrew?
Andrew was, he starred with Johnny's dad in a film called St. Elmo's Fire. So there's a little connection there. And
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I've been a fan of his for a while. So I didn't know if he would even be open to it because he doesn't do much acting. He does more directing now. And we sent him the script, and he really liked it. And he said how many days it's going to take, and it was convenient for him. And he's great in the film.
It's cool to see him on there, actually.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he really brings it. I mean, he was so well prepared, and he brings a little gravitas to the film that I think is needed. And all of us can hopefully relate to that father-son parent dynamic.
This film kind of like you're not ready for it because it goes from you're going somewhere, and then it takes a big giant left turn, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is sort of like, I say, a coming-of-age thriller. This character's on a journey. There's a lot of twists and turns. It's sort of, it takes you on a thrill ride, hopefully.
When you're doing John, directing and stuff, how much Rob would you see of him?
That's a good question. Rob is very charismatic, and I've worked with Rob before, too. So I think Johnny has a lot of natural charisma, but he's his own person, too. And I think he shows that in this film. He has to carry the entire film. Johnny's in every single scene of this movie, practically. He does action. He has to show emotion. He has to be a jerk at times. So I think you really get to see John Owen Lowe away from his famous dad.